Continue on with our driver availability this afternoon. We are joined now by Ryan Blaney, driver of the number 12, Team Penske, Menards, Richmond, the water heaters expert, Ford. Ryan, you were the class of the field last year. You won the first two stages, led a race high 148 laps. And now we'll fast forward to this year. You're off to your best start in your Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series career, and you currently sit third in the standings. So talk a little bit about what you and the number 12 team need to do to win Sunday's O'Reilly Auto Parts 500.
Yeah, just putting a full race together. I thought we had a good shot to win this thing last year, and we kind of got behind a little bit on some strategy stuff and pit calls, and we had a good race here in the fall as well. But I think it's a good start to the year for our team. I think Ford in general obviously has a ton of speed, and it's nice to be in that camp. Obviously, we'd like to get a win over on the Penske side, but when Ford's winning, it's helping everybody. But I think we're really close. We just need to close that little bit of a gap to be the best cars out there, and I think we're getting there. I thought we had potential in first practice today. We'll see where we're qualified, but yeah, it's a fun racetrack. It's aging well, which is nice. It seems to be widening out a little bit more, and I think that'll be even better in the race. So that's just a matter of time and putting in work on that tire dragging deal, but we'll see what we have for him Sunday. Hopefully we'll be competitive and have a shot. So
we'll open up for questions for Ryan. Start over in the corner with Lee.
As comfortable as you were here last year during the race, where would you size up where your car is right now compared to that?
It's kind of hard to tell. We just did mock runs today in qualifying trim and first practice. So I think we're kind of just as good as we were. Honestly, in practice last year in the spring race, I didn't think we were great. And we fired off the race and started second and led a ton of laps. And our car was a lot better in the race than what I thought we were in practice. So it's kind of hard to judge that unless you're just dominant in practice. But I think we're right there. Obviously there's a few Haas cars that were really fast in first practice, but I feel like we're pretty similar. But you never really know where you stack up until everyone kind of gets in race trim and gets running laps, and you can kind of see where you're at after 10 laps and 15 laps and things like that. So I think that's a little bit early to tell.
Go over to the left.
Ryan over here to your left. Drew Davison with the Ford Star Telegram. Clint was talking about you all going to the Ford Center where the Cowboys practiced last night.
Yeah.
Kind of just talk about that experience and what you thought of the facility and playing a little flag football with some other drivers.
Yeah, that was really neat. I've been to the Cowboy Stadium before, about 5 years ago, where they play, and that was really cool. So now to see that new training facility they got, I think that's only a year and a half old. They were saying, and it's amazing. I know if I was a college kid coming out looking to try to figure out what team to go to, I'd sell me and sign me up. Where do I sign? And it's really impressive. We sat in their war room and had dinner where the draft happens, where they sit there for the draft, which is really cool. So they opened it up to us a lot, and Ford and the Cowboys made that happen. And then playing flag football, I've never played football, professionally or as a kid or nothing like that. I only like pickup, and it's I think it was 7-on-7, and it's good that it's 11 players on each side, because that's a big field. It's a lot of ground to cover, and we were huffing and puffing. But it was a good time. No one got hurt, which was good, and Clint didn't throw up, and it was. I thought he was going to, but it was fun. So yeah, that was super cool to see. That place is amazing, and they've done a really good job building that and making it very professional. So
go up front to Nate.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Ryan, I'm sure you saw the banner out here that Eddie put up. How does it feel to be part of the New Kids on the Track? And do you know who the New Kids on the Block are?
I've heard the New Kids on the Block. I've never listened to any of their songs. I might know a song. No, that's not him. I thought I got them and Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch mixed up. The brothers and New Kids on the Block. Well, I got half of it right, relation. But I thought that was pretty funny. I saw a picture of it last night. I don't know who tweeted it, Gluck or somebody, but I thought that was pretty neat. Eddie's always done really well at kind of making things fun and light and things like that. And then I saw average age sign, the small one next to it, and I thought that was pretty funny. But that was just cool to be part of that group. I've said it all along. It's just really fortunate to be involved in, not only in NASCAR, but to be involved in this younger driver group, with some of those guys. So I don't really look at age. They're just all competitors to me. I don't really understand the hate that everyone gets for the younger veterans. It's not a rivalry. It's not a competition where we compete. I don't care if you're 18 years old or 50 years old. You're just all competitors. But I thought that was a pretty neat thing that Gossage did. I laughed at it. I like how he has me throwing up the peace sign too. I've never done that in my life, and he made me do that. So,
Additional questions for Ryan? Bob?
Bob Pockers, ESPN. Did you try the top groove at all in practice? Is there any real rubber up there?
not willingly. I kind of just ended up there, but I think it's better than it was in the fall last year for sure. The biggest thing I notice is your arc into one is way wider. You know, before we were just driving straight into turn one, and it was super hard to pass people and things like that. And now you can get a pretty big arc into there, and that's just getting better and better as the weekend goes on. So that part has been huge. I think that's going to make it easier for people to pass each other into one. And honestly, you can use up more racetrack in 3 and 4. You know, last year you had to be right on the white line, and now you could get up probably a car width and still be pretty good. And we saw that in the race last year. So I think it's getting there. It just takes time. You know, it's hard to rush these things, and they've been doing the best they can to rush it. But I think it is progressing nicely, better than some other repaves I've seen.
All right. Well, Ryan, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Good luck this weekend.